What if we started viewing perimenopause and menopause like the greatest transformation ever? Like all of a sudden you woke up and you're like, this is my new awakening. And some of you are looking at me like, she needs to shut up. I know, I'm serious. There is a word that you have got to learn, and it has everything to do with renewal, energy, and this sense of like deep transformation. And it actually is a thing. So if you are in the throes of it and you think you might be throwing in the towel, honey, I'm telling you, you might want to throw in that towel and get yourself a new one. You've got to join me in this video because it is going to transform your life. You don't want to miss this. And if you are running an employee resource group, y'all need to be talking about the topic of perimenopause and menopause being the greatest transformation ever. I see the highlights now for a new movie and a new story and a new script. Join me in the video. When I tell you that Dr. Lisa Mosconi, she has changed my life and she needs to change yours, okay? Because this book, The Menopause Brain, girl, this woman took it to a whole new level. I'm telling you, if you don't have this book, you need to pick it up. And I am literally knowing that I visualize Dr. Lisa Mosconi being in my house, okay? And maybe you too, if you stay to the end of the video, and I'll tell you why why you need to be here. So listen, Dr. Lisa Mosconi really does such a good job of outlining the science related to menopause. You're not crazy. Everything that you're feeling, it's not in your head, it is your head. If you've been following along on this video series, you know I've been talking about the menopause brain. We've been talking about perimenopause and menopause and how our bodies change, how our brains change. And everything that, when I read her book, I like put it down and was like, I feel affirmed. I mean, I feel affirmed because I understand now that my brain really, it was starving for estrogen to the point that it was starting to rewire. And anytime the body and the brain specifically starts to rewire, it's looking for new neural pathways. It's looking for new ways to create synapses called thoughts. That's the reason from time to time, when estrogen isn't available in your brain, it starts to kind of fire and wire differently. The hippocampus ain't hippocampusing. The pituitary gland ain't pituitarying. And so you get hot, you get brain fog. We start to skip our sentences. We get irritated and we are wondering, why the hell am I still doing this? And if people don't watch out, they might get chopped at the knees, okay? Because your brain is trying to figure it all out. And your body is just like, we don't know what to do either. I'm confused. And so your insulin levels start going, girl, you know, we're going to have to kick it in. Glucose, I got you. And then all of a sudden the weight gain starts coming on. And you like, what the hell? You wake up and then you got 15 more pounds. I don't get it. I don't like it. But I'm going to tell you something. The Japanese have a different viewpoint on that. And it's partly because they've been educating women about the great transformation. Because anything that you do that's going to get you to the next level, there's got to be a phase of, Houston, there's a problem. This is when you know I'm 58 because I just quoted that quote. And some of y'all are like, I don't even know what she's talking about. Okay, so stay focused. But I'm going to tell you something. Anytime you level up, okay, anytime you scale, there's a time when it's a little kind of seems like this. Because it's new territory. You haven't been able to figure out what the strategy is. And because it's unfamiliar to you, you might be fighting it. And so here's the thing. I want to give you this word that the Japanese have coined. And it's such a cool word, but I'm going to have to do it phonetically and I'm going to spell it for you. And I'm going to put my little cute little glasses on talk through it, okay? It's spelled Konenki. Here's the phonetic. Konenki. Konenki. Now let me break it down because it's cool. The Ko stands for renewal and regeneration. Ko, okay, Ko. The Nen stands for year or years. And then Ki stands for season or energy. So check it out. So when the Japanese describe this stage of our lives, they're not describing a disease, which in America, in Western culture, we'd like, oh, there must be some problem with these women, right? Or something to be dreaded, because everything we hear in America talks about all of the problems. Or, we got to go through this. There's 70 symptoms and all the things. They're not describing a decline. Guess what? Konenki is saying this is a season of renewal energy. Ooh-wee! This is a season of renewal, regeneration. And I know what Konenki is because I feel it in my body, in my postmenopausal body. But had you been educating me all along about this beautiful transition called life, I would have stepped in it like, hello, menopause. Hello, it's me. Hello, it's me. Yeah, hello, menopause. Hello, perimenopause. Thank you so much, because all we got to do is do these things, these things, these things. We're going to feel a little shaky from time to time. I'm going to work with, I'm going to hang around people going through the same thing, and we're going to lift each other up. We're going to Konenkify this thing. You see, the thing is that you have to understand it's not like wishful thinking. It literally is a transition time. And we in America, in these Western cultures and other cultures who look at this time as being a depressive time, it's all on how you see it. Everything in life is all on how you see it. I say choose your hard. Everything is hard. And the way you approach the hard is going to determine how you get through it. And your attitude means everything. It's how you're talking to yourself. And so what I began to do, I didn't even know about Konenki. But see, your girl, Dr. Lisa Mosconi, is that deep. She's trying to help us all get to the other side. And I'm just telling you, shout out to Dr. Lisa Mosconi, because she's like, I want to give you the science. I want to talk through all these things. I want you to know, yep, I see that. Yep, it sure is there. Here are some products that you can use. Here are some supplements that you can take. We talked all about that in the series. But if your mind is like consistently believing that this is horrible, it's going to be horrible. It truly is. Honestly. And as a person who stepped lively to my bodybuilding competition, lively in the way that I took everything that Dr. Lisa Mosconi was talking about, everything that these experts were talking about, this is an opportunity for me to rise to a whole new level. Like, you're going to be in menopause the longest time of your entire life. If you don't get with the program I'm talking about, you're going to be miserable. You're going to be feeling like life is over and you're only 42. Like, I'm 58 and I'm thinking it's just starting. I'm just scratching the surface of what I'm capable of. The stage of the bodybuilding stage was just one stage I plan on being on for retirement. Like, what? I am so happy and joyful in my job right now. Like, why would I want to retire from that? I'm trying to get to multiple stages, not hustling, not scratching and clawing, not like staying up all night. I have an ease, a Konenki ease about me. And I want you to get that too. Can you say it with me? Konenki. Konenki. Now, let's talk about a little bit more of the science with this, right? Because here's what we know. The science says that however way you talk to yourself, there is what's called the reticular activation system, right? And I say, whatever you focus on expands. And the reticular activation system will see something and you will see more of that. It's also called the observer effect in quantum physics. In neuroscience says that what we see in our minds is a mirror image of what it is that will reflect in the world around you. Why are you getting that deep? Okay, well, you're talking to the authentic power strategist, and we go deep because you need to understand that it's not that you're not having a hot flash, you are seeing a hot flash. What if you start like being grateful for the hot flash, right? And knowing that, oh my gosh, this is coming. I can feel this coming. And I'm going to be grateful for it. You could get your fan and you could just like fan yourself through it and realize, okay, this too shall pass. And the more that I accept it and say, and I'm grateful for it, then you're going to see new opportunities to mitigate even some of those symptoms. You see, now what we have to do is we have to start building new neural pathways. And the science says that is exactly what your brain is trying to do. Cognitively speaking, you're not less capable. Cognitively speaking, you are completely capable. It's just that your body and your brain is working overtime. So you have to get wise with this and realize you can't be doing 50,000 things like you was doing when you was having kids because you don't have all them hormones to do that. Isn't that a beautiful invitation for you to renew your mind and free your mind? You know, as En Vogue says, free your mind and the rest will follow, right? You have to free your mind. That's the release. That's the regeneration, right? And the years, the nens part is the years saying, like, these are the years that are going to give me back my life, right? And the key, which is the season or energy, like you can get a new season of energy. Like I cannot get over how amazing this is. So I want to read to you from our newsletter that we do every single week. Can we give a shout out to Yanaya Curry? She is our director of communication, and she just keeps us up to speed with our Rise 53 Inner Circle. This is made up of a group of women who've already graduated from the Rise Advocates Academy, our 12-week flagship program. And we meet weekly. We have weekly coaching messages. And every single Friday, we dive deep into topics like this. So I want to read this to you, what Yanaya wrote from the book, Dr. Lisa Mosconi. She said, 25% of Japanese women report experiencing hot flashes. Compared to Western rates, that's significantly lower. 25%. I think it's up to like at least 75, 80% or more for our Western culture. Now, she says, is that purely biological? Maybe partly. But researchers believe a significant piece of that difference is cultural. It's culturals, right? In some communities in India, menopause is described as freedom and liberation. In Islamic, African, and Indigenous societies, postmenopausal women don't lose status, they gain it. So, meanwhile, here at the ranch in the Western culture, yeah, back here at the ranch, we've been told to brace for impact. There she goes, falling off the cliff. Like, what? Like, tell me that ain't a problem. I mean, if you knew that, you're like, oh, Lord, we about to go into menopause. Everybody, brace for impact. No, dude. No. Think about that. Think about that. Of course, your brain is going to be different. Of course, you're going to be rewiring different. Like, for real, for real. Come on, y'all. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, can you get with this type of program, the Konenki program? I just want women to understand that. And the reason why you're feeling all this energy, first of all, this for real is me. Okay. I am the authentic power strategist. Hello. The thing is why aren't we talking like this? People in corporate America are walking around like zombies. I'm so tired. I don't like my job. I'm going through all these problems. Ain't nobody talking about it because they say, bring your whole self to work today. But if you come talking about like I'm in menopause, I'm like, not that part. Just don't say that. Like, really? Can you help your people? If you are an employee resource group, can you help your people understand these concepts? Can you start equipping them with tools to allow them to get through this beautiful transition of life? The one transition of life that people are going to be in for their 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and Lord willing, 90s. Okay. Can we start to embrace this beautiful time of life instead of calling it, it's hell, it's horrible, everybody, and Oprah said, you can't meditate this way, as if it's so negative. My goodness. Like, it's like, well, after watching that program, I remember watching that program. Did you see it with Halle Berry? And it was Oprah, and it was a special on menopause. And I think it was only like probably about 15 minutes of airtime. It was just horrible news. After watching that, I was just like, oh, okay, well, guess nothing I can do about that. What do we say? If you were told you're a corporate woman and you're like, well, you're going to get brain fog, you're going to forget things. And so no one's going to want to talk about that at work because then people are going to think, well, she's in menopause. Shh, right? We're already trying to figure out, like, we just got this job and you talking about me because I'm in menopause. No one's going to talk about menopause. This is why we have to change the narrative. This is why we have to speak lively about this. This is why the girls talking about periods. We over here in 40s flashing away and they might have, shh. No, we need to change that. So that's why we're talking about it heavily in the Rise Advocates Academy. Your brain literally has the ability to rewire. It's called neuroplasticity. Your brain is plastic. It can be remolded. It can be rethought. It can do all of these powerful things. That's why we got to talk about this. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Okay, so first, this is what I want you to know. I want you to know that it is possible for you to change your mindset on menopause. Holla if you hear me. Holla. No, raise your right hand. Say, I accept. Oh, I know. We're not in a room together, but if we were in a room together, this is what I'd be saying. Okay. See, the thing is I want you to understand it's possible. Like you say, oh, it's too far gone for me. I don't want to do this. Then you're right. It's too far gone for you. But to the extent you are willing to say, I am wanting to try to see a new way. I believe there is a new way. I believe I can renew myself. I believe the children are future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. I kept saying I believe. I just want to hear it. I just want to sing that song. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a chance. Okay, if we don't show ourselves in this beautiful stage of life, then how are we going to help our kids? If you do believe the children are our future, right? Because they're sitting there watching you flashing out and, oh, this is a horrible time of life. I can't stand it. No, we need to learn about it so that we can help our children go through this process with a sense of ease, with a sense of joy, with a sense of identity in themselves, that this is not my character is not what's going on with me. Menopause is just something I'm going through, but I'm going to learn from that, right? I'm going to take accountability for my life and just live my life in the most beautiful way. Okay. So I want to give you a tool to go through it. I want to give you a tool, and the tool is called the executive biology audit. I believe every woman that's at this stage of life needs to start here. Like, we need to start here to figure out how we can move to the next level. Okay. The executive biology audit is a free assessment that you can do for yourself to see where you are from a metabolic standpoint, a nervous system standpoint, an identity standpoint, and executive performance. Because I just don't believe you're broken. I just believe you're unmeasured and you're unregulated to know how you can actually go forward. So if I were you and I'm an executive woman, I would start there. right? Have your team do the executive biology so they can have their own assessment. Then we can meet after that, because that's what I'm doing is I'm meeting with so many phenomenal women, right? Then from there, if he's like, I believe that I just want to get connected with you, Diana, well, then sign up for our newsletter, because we do this every single week. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to LinkedIn, get on the Authentic Powers newsletter. And then what happens from there is we have our flagship program called the Rise Advocates Academy. It's a 12-week program, right? We invite companies to invite people into our programs. If you want me to come speak at your organization to help you get to know a little bit more about what it is that we do, let me know. We'll have a link, a booking link within the video so that you can do that. This sound like a good plan? Sis, we've got to say Konenki. Konenki. So Konenki to you. I believe this is the most beautiful time of your life. And you could be like me, step on your first bodybuilding stage at age 58. Oh, I know you're like, I don't want to wear those clothes and be standing on a stage and feel judged. Well, I do want to say this. At some point, I'm going to announce what we're going to be doing in 2027. And I'm going to tell you, you will not want to miss it. But you're just going to have to stay tuned, okay? Stay tuned. That's my little teaser, all right? Subscribe, subscribe, share, comment. Please share this video with someone that you know, right? Pick up the book by Dr. Lisa Mosconi, The Menopause Brain. Start to shift your mindset around this, and let's keep rising. See you in the next video.